Good morning. Myself, Dr. Ashok Jagannath Patil, Associate Professor at Pratap College, Amalner. My topic of the lecture is control measures of the pest, primary control and their types. These are ordinary farm practices through which the outburst or the migration of the insect pest can be prevented at the beginning itself. These measures require basic knowledge of the agroecosystem and vigilant care of the crop. The primary control measures are traditional, simple, safe, and comparatively cheaper than other methods of the pest control. First one is the mechanical control. Operations through which the insect life stages are directly hit and therefore by mechanical devices or manual techniques are called as mechanical methods. This is the ancient method of pest control and does not involve any special skills except use of manual labor and mechanical devices. It is time consuming and labor intensive method. It is often followed in kitchens, gardens, as well as marginal farmers. In that, we can see some methods, that is hand picking. When only a few plants are infested, certain large conspicuous species may be removed from the plants by hand and destroyed just by pressing the abdomen or dipping them in kerosene water. It is quite effective in a small affected area and where labor is sufficiently available at a cheaper rate. Hand netting and the bagging. For catching various insect pests, simple entomological nets can be used. Sometimes the bags used to collect a large number of pests. Insects like grasshoppers, crickets, earhead bugs, and leafhoppers can be collected with nets. Artificial barriers. Protection of the crop from crawling and migratory pests, insects such as armyworms, termites, locusts, etc. Artificial barriers can be employed successfully. Some artificial barriers are banding. Sticky bands or oilcloth bands or any kind of sticky bands are often employed around the tree trunks against insect climbing or crawling over the trunk and attacking flowers and the fruits. Application of grease or coal tar band on the trunk of the mango tree may prevent the attack of mango mealybug or red ants. Trenching and the fencing against chinch bug and armyworms or hairy caterpillar in order to prevent migration of this pest from infested to the non-infested area by constructing deep furrow or trench around the fields in the route of migrating insects or by pouring some oils in the form of linear barriers, we can prevent the migration of various non-flying insects. Screening. It is the regular method which is applied on the windows and the doors of the houses to avoid attack of the mosquitoes, diphtheria flies, other insects causes disease to man and domestic animals. Next one is insect traps or the trapping. Traps are simple devices by which the insect can be captured, killed, and population of the pest can be reduced. The insect trap may be various size and the shape. They are mechanical or light traps, that is grid type trap, bait traps, pheromone traps. Next one is the shaking. A tub of kerosinized water could be kept under the infested plant, where its branches could be shaken to make the pest to drop into the tub. This practice will effective against locust and defoliating beetles. Then physical measures. The development, growth and behavior of insect can be manipulated through certain methods where physical energy in terms of the heat, cold, air pressure, moisture, light, sound, etc. involved. This method is most effective against the store grain pest. We'll say about the heat. Commonly used against the store grain pest insects. Insects cannot survive above 140 degree Fahrenheit, while most of them are killed at 110 degree Fahrenheit. Cold. Exposing infested materials to low temperature, that is 0 to 10 degrees Celsius, that enhances the disintegration of the body fluids due to low enzymatic phase in biological system. Air pressure. Abnormal airflow as well as concentration of CO2 and O2 also influences the insects that grow on the plants. Moisture. Moisture regulation in the environment of insect also suppresses pests. Light. Light in association with heat influences the insects. Sound. By regulating sound wave, some insects can be influenced. The next one is the cultural method. The cultural measures of the pest management aim at a reduction of the pest population by suitable adjustment of agroeconomic practices, that is clean cultivation, tilling the soil, crop rotation, time of sowing and planting and harvesting, resistant varieties, use of manures and fertilizers. The next one is a legislative measures. It is necessary to make the great care that no pest should be transported to other places or countries where it may develop overpopulation in absence of natural enemies. The nursery stock or seeds transported from foreign countries through steamers or aircrafts may bring pests. In India, San Jose scale, woolly aphid, cotton, cushion scale are imported in the same way. To avoid this danger, some international rules have been framed. India and Western countries like USA has passed a number of acts to regulate the pest and to transport plant and other products. Under this act, all imported goods should be carefully inspected to be insect free or should be fumigated and sterilized before allowing them to the port under the Destructive Insect Pest Act 11 of 1940. The Central Directorate of the Plant Protection of Government of India has established well-equipped and large quarantine and fumigation stations at Mumbai, New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Cochin, Visakhapatnam, etc. Quarantine measures. The purpose of plant quarantine is to prevent the legal restrictions, the entrance and the establishment of a plant disease or insect pest in an area where the disease or pest does not exist. Several quarantine measures are strictly employed at the port of entry points to avoid entry of any noxious pests, parasites, predators or pathogens one country to another country with the travelers, plants, grains, food material, fruit, vegetables, furniture, timber, livestock, etc. Total prohibition. Total ban is imposed on some materials like import of the unsigned cotton used for packing. Second one is the health and the phytosanitary certificate. While transporting the plant products, a health and phytosanitary certificate is issued by competent authority. The certificate stating specifically the material is free from the pest, parasite, predators and the pathogens. License system. Transport of the vegetable fruits, ornamental plants and food grains by individual travelers is prohibited, and under the quarantine regulations such goods can be imported to exposed by some licensed agencies which follow the quarantine provisions strictly. It avoids risk of introducing pests, parasites, pathogens and weeds from one country to the another. Prohibited areas. International Quarantine Authority has some prohibited areas as are endemic and to avoid spread of disease in animals and plants. Example, sugarcane cuttings are banned to import from Australia, New Guinea, Fiji and West Indies. Next one is the chemical treatment. Fumigation or the insecticidal dressing to seeds and other plant material is to be fulfilled either before or immediately after the entry. Isolation, next one is isolation and the inspection. After entry, the imported plants are kept in isolated areas and after thorough or complete examination are released. Chemical control and their types. Chemical control means use of chemicals to kill insect pests. However, in recent years, many discoveries have been made of substances that influences insect behavior. For example, chemical which attract the insect or repel or produce some other effects such as sterility without killing the insect. Such type substances can be used in pest management, which provides help to solve pest problems. The substances which kill the insect to their properties of chemical actions are insecticides. Classification of insecticides. Insecticides classified according to the nature of their penetration and mode of entry in the insect body into following types: stomach poison, contact poison, systemic poison and fumigants. First one is the stomach poison. The pesticides enter into the body of the pest through mouth along with food material and get absorbed mainly in the wall of the stomach and affect are called stomach poisons. Stomach poisons are generally acting directly on cells of alimentary canal or after absorption. Pesticide interferes the function of vital organs or system through hemolymph of the pest. Stomach poisons are usually applying on plants or other things on which pests are feeding. These are applying against the insect possessing chewing type of the mouthparts, but they are also used for insects of sponging, siphoning, lapping and sucking mouthparts under certain conditions. Some important stomach poisons are lead arsenate. It is discovered in 1892 in the USA and used as insecticide to control the gypsy moth. Lead arsenate is relatively weak poison and shows high degree of safety to foliage plants. It may be applied as a dust or spray. It is also used as poison bait after mixing with bran. Arsenic toxicity results in the disintegration of the midgut epithelial cells with vacuolated cytoplasm and clump chromatin of nucleus. The symptoms are regurgitation, dizziness, quiescence. Next one is Paris green. It is the copper acetoarsenate used in the USA in 1865. Stomach poison for the control of the Colorado potato beetle. It is brilliant green powder and soluble in water. It is expensive due to copper. It shows high prophylactic property. It is mostly used in poison bait against pests having chewing type of mouthparts. Next is the contact poison. These are the chemicals which kill the pest when it comes in contact and get absorbed generally body surface are called as a contact poison. Or the toxic chemicals which kill the insect by single contact or touch are termed as a contact poison. The contact poisons are utilized as spraying or dusting form. These are act by direct penetration through the parts of the body wall into the blood, acting as general poison or epicutical of exoskeleton. Contact poisons are naturally occurring compounds like nicotine, pyrethrum, and synthetic compounds like BSC, DDT, and parathion. These are soluble in plants and insect oils or animal fats. Some of the important contact poisons are benzene hexachloride, that is BHC. It is produced in presence of the sunlight. About 13 possible isomers found in varying properties in BHC. The BHC is grayish or brown amorphous solid and has a strong musty odor. BHC act as contact as well as the stomach poisons and also to some extent as a fumigant. It is more toxic to the insect than DDT. BHC poisoning increases the respiration rate. It is also a nerve poison and created paralysis leading to death. It is neurotoxic agent. Malathion. It is light yellow to dark brown liquid with a strong offensive odor. It has very low solubility in water, slightly soluble in mineral oils, soluble in most organic solvents, while unstable in alkaline medium. It is contact and stomach poison. Systemic poison. The chemicals which are absorbed first in the plant tissue and then enter into the body of the insect along the plant juice or cell sap sucked are called as the systemic poison. It is commonly used for the control of wide variety of pests. It is applied for the control of the mosquitoes, flies, bedbugs, aphids, plant bugs, caterpillars, household pests, and livestock pests like lice, flea, ticks, etc. Some of the systemic poisons are thimet. This is the colorless, clear mobile liquid containing 90% it. It is less soluble in water but dissolved in many organic solvents and vegetable oils. Unstable in alkaline and humid conditions, it changes into the toxic compounds inside the plants. It acts as systemic contact poison and fumigants on insects. The metasystoms. The technical grade product is a mixture of thiono and thilo isomers. The thiono isomer is a liquid with an unpleasant odor and slightly soluble in water. The thilo isomer is a liquid and more stable in water. Both isomers are highly soluble in organic solvents. Next one is fumigants. Gaseous poison causes quick and effective death of insects are called as fumigants. Fumigants are the mixture of the two or more gases formulated in the form of liquid under high pressure. Its application is limited to live plants or products in light enclosures. The gas enters the insect body through spiracles and spread all over via tracheal system of the pest. Fumigants kill insect in two ways: by clogging the tracheal system and by their own toxic effect on the body tissue after entering through the tracheal system. Fumigants are used in the vapor state to keep insect population under check in buildings, storage, shipholds, and sometimes in the soils. Generally, fumigants are used in warehouses, cottages, tight containers, tent houses, ships, aeroplanes, factories, mills, hotels, theaters, etc. The chemicals which use for the fumigants are the carbon tetrachloride. It is colorless liquid or gas with chloroform like smell, insoluble in water, soluble in organic solvent, not inflammable or explosive. It has low insect toxicity. Commonly, it is used alone where fire hazards are acute or in small scale fumigation. But when used with carbon disulfide or ethylene bromide, it reduces fire hazards. Ethylene dichloride, it is colorless, sweet smelling liquid miscible with organic solvent. It can be remained stable in water, alkalines, and acids. It is highly inflammable with low mammalian toxicity and moderate insect toxicity. In this lecture, we'll study about how to control the insect pest by the different methods. Thank you.